Okay, I accidentally stopped the recording. I'm at the job, and what the police tell them to do in the middle of committing their crime that the police set up, they tell them to threaten them because they don't want to mess up their names. So they just say, whenever you're getting caught in your crimes, call us. Why would a company deprive me of the right to do a complaint of staff misconduct when technical support was deprived, locking me out of a group chat? These are extreme situations. Payroll issues that they're enforcing. There's no resolutions at a multitude of locations. Notice that? So let's go ahead and complete this. See, I'm tired of looking into here. Let's see. I'll go ahead. Is the police coming? Because they haven't been taking responsibility for their crimes they set up. I don't understand why you won't let me report payroll issues. You need to be reported. I have a right to report payroll issues. Equipment. And I'll wait on the police because you have no right to try to intimidate me and violate me for reporting payroll issues. Why would you enforce that I get robbed of funds that I work for? Are the police coming? Like I told you, they just have y'all set up and let you take the blame for the crimes that they set up. They've been cowards here lately. So I'll wait. See why you call the police on me for trying to report payroll issues and being harassed by supervisor. They let you be the fall guys for it. Let's see if they come. Because it's pretty odd that you were calling the police on me for reporting payroll issues.
Can I get your name and email so that I can file the form?
Okay, I want to report staff misconduct. Why would they enforce that goes on? Because that supervisor had no right to terrorize me when I was at CPS
and then reporting my computer return, and the two things I need from you is
if someone is telling you to mistreat me, trying to report abuse and be conspirators in the abuse, that would make you be a conspirator in abuse. People don't need to try to control me at multitude of locations. I do need to report staff misconduct.
I am filling out a form.
Okay.
This form has employee name and email address. That is all I need. I will take care of the equipment from here.
But I'm not being heard. I have payroll issues.
I am not HR.
Okay, well, I need to discuss payroll issues.
I cannot speak beyond my.
Okay, well, she has no right to call the police on me to enforce stolen money out of my check. As it has, Attorney General has stolen. People need to be charged. They need the crimes for the embezzlement.
I worked for IT.
Okay, well, I'm here trying to resolve a payroll issue. Police has no right to tell people to call to threaten the police to keep making me stand abuse.
Please give me your name and email.
Okay.
Then I can receive the equipment.
Right, but I still need to report payroll issues, and she threatened the police to enforce them.
Let me receive the equipment, and therefore we can then have payroll issues looked at.
Okay, good. Because the government entices people to commit crimes. I don't understand how they can do that.
All I need is your email.
And then have them bully and violate and try to intimidate me.
All I need is your email and name.
Sir, I'm in a dangerous domestic violence situation. Police don't need to set up for people to be psychologically abusive everywhere I go.
All I need is your email and name.
That's what I'm trying to show. I have a right to report payroll issues that I've had multiple times in a row. Right, so you're not the right one.
Right.
Thank you. I don't know why I get violated like that. Why did you snatch that from me, sir? That's rude. Is the police coming? Because they don't have people take responsibility. They don't take responsibility for their crimes. I have payroll issues that's embezzlement, even if the government tells you to do it. That is a crime. That supervisor terrorizing me when I was reporting my abuser, trying to force me to work on my day off. Even if the government set you up to do it and bully and violate too, you're still conspirators in their crimes. It's criminal. And then she didn't want to tell me that the government had concocted a scheme to garnish my check for child support payments. She didn't want me to know that. So she had to sit in a long time not even knowing what was going on with my check. Set you guys up and let you take the fall. Normal policy to try to force someone to work on their day off and have meetings on their break here. She tried to force me to work on my day off.
To do what, LMSs?
Yes.
Okay, so with the LMSs, that's a requirement. So you guys are supposed to do that. So since a lot of people don't meet the deadlines, Cigna had requested that all LMSs, no matter if they were due on September 30th or whatever, that they needed to be completed by the 23rd. So whether you were working or you
It wasn't
were
that
off,
day. It was when I was reporting my abuser, and she also interrupted me reporting child abuse at CPS.
so did she call or text you?
She did both. But I think she also locked me out. I have payroll issues. She locked me out of a group chat because technical support kept hanging up in my face. I was on hold a long time. Technical support blatantly lied. They said I had an active ticket because they were saying that it was internet issues. I was using two devices. I know it wasn't internet issues. So then I had the ticket, and she was trying to terminate me with active tickets. And I called and I tried to report her because you can't terminate someone with an active ticket. So then they closed the ticket out, and then I kept calling technical support, and they kept hanging up in my face. Another time they hung up in my face 5 times, and I asked her, I have a really crazy abuse that I'll give you the information on. So I asked her, why was it okay that I get violated by technical support? Then she raised her voice at me and then violated too, and then told me don't start because I could not get technical support with your company. I had payroll issues multiple times in a row. My Christmas check was lost. I had to pay extra money because it's going in my account. I told her that I did not want to keep paying money to have, because of these multiple payroll issues. Then she stated that then the next week I had another one. So my abuser, I can give you my YouTube information. My abuser is able to enlist people to be a part of his abuse on a whim. And I'm trying to get those people the charges for terrorizing me in my daily life. He has no right to have people violate me, mistreat me, and then when I report my abuse, terrorize me, mistreat me, and degrade me for trying to report the abuse that they put me through. Then threaten the police to enforce their criminal activity as they have done for years. So I think that she may have some integrity issues, trying to force me to work on my day off, calling me at CPS, locking me out the system, blatantly lying, starting arguments.
So are you a YouTube person?
I am. And I have evidence of a lot of the things. I have text right here, right now, showing where a multitude of people lied. I can prove it with text. That's why I had to do the YouTube, because I wasn't being heard, but being violated by multiple different parties. No man has a right to violate me at shelters, to have her interrupt me at going to the FBI to report him, and a multitude of people enlisted to violate me. She has no right to interrupt that to terminate me.
So at this point, you terminated?
She did state that, but I'm trying to report staff misconduct. What's your name?
Verika.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to report staff misconduct because I think that my abuser probably enlisted her. Because why would she keep on interrupting me reporting him on my day off and at CPS?
Your abuser.
Why do I have payroll issues and you threaten the police? And I have payroll issues? Why have I had a multitude of payroll issues, a Christmas check? Why is
So you never got it?
I had a multitude of payroll issues. I got it late, along with a multitude of other things.
Okay,
But what I'm
you're
concerned,
not the only one that has had payroll issues, and with the payroll issues, we have had a high turnover in payroll, to where they went from 3-4 people to 1 person. So there's a lot of people that have had multiple payroll issues, and the only thing that we can do is send an email to payroll, letting them know what issues is going on, and to try to either get you the money on the next check or pay card.
Okay, so there's no way that I can get her investigated and have you show you these emails to show you why we can't address why multiple different parties lied on me, and why technical support hung up in my face, and why I was being hung up on, being monitored.
Is my pay grade.
I think that the person that's paying you for services would not want you mistreating your customers. You can pull calls. So I don't think that the representative.
Well, that's Cigna with technical support.
Right, but I don't think that they would want staff the misconduct by hanging up in customers' face when I'm getting monitored, and you can pull the calls and see that. I don't think that they would want.
Well, we can't pull the call. Well, we can't pull the calls on.
Well, I'm reporting, misconduct. I think that you may want to hone in why multiple parties lied and deprived me of technical support, but affecting my payroll. I think that that's something that we really need to concentrate on, because multiple parties scheming to deprive me of my job and lying in a conspiracy is what I'm concerned about, that can be proven with text and emails. I have the 8 texts right now that it will show that a multitude of parties lied and terrorized me when I was locked out of their system and couldn't get in. I want to get down to the bottom of why I repetitively keep experiencing that, because if someone is telling you guys to do it, terrorizing me, they need to be held accountable, and that's what I'm trying to get done. So you want to see the text so I can show you a multitude of parties blatantly lied to keep me from working. Would you like to see that? Okay, hold on. If you can scroll through all those, you can see that I have repetitive technical issues consistently depriving me of money that I told her I was desperately in need for. You can scroll all the way up. I mean, every other day there's an issue with me getting logged in, getting in workforce, a multitude of errors and I was deprived of technical support. That's just for one party. If you go all the way up, I'm consistently having issues and cannot get technical support.
I also don't have education verification. Begin before the 30th.
I don't need to be degraded. I'm reporting abuse from staff, and I don't know why multiple parties would bully and violate me and use psychological abuse when I'm reporting misconduct and me not be embezzled funds at this job.
At this time, you were not the only one that had system issues. We've had a lot of system issues.
No, I'm not being heard. Multiple staff lied, blatantly lied. I'm not being heard.
Okay, well, I don't know if I can't determine.
Pull the calls and then you check the emails. Oh,
That's
ma'am,
signal,
I don't
that's
know.
what it is.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I don't work on that side, so I can't.
Police
pull
aren't
the
coming
calls.
because haven't been taking responsibility for the crimes they set up. Embezzlement is criminal. So are they going to check in my payroll issues?
I don't know if the police is going to do all this.
Oh, I mean, you guys, are you going to check in the payroll issues?
I'm not your manager. If you would like, you could email Shonda Robinson at China Solutions, which is Ty's manager.
And that's who's over the payroll?
She's not over payroll. Payroll is in Atlanta, but they can email payroll
Oh,
if
okay.
you have check stubs and all that type of stuff. Because you would have to show proof that you never received money. If you
I don't have any
received it
proof. I
later-
gave you the equipment. You guys know what you paid me to know if there's a deficiency in what you paid
At
me.
that point, you can send the email. You can put all that in there that you don't have a way to send check stubs and all that. But if you were trying to create a case and you had these multiple payroll issues, then you should have had that documented on your end.
Okay. I think that I'm trying to make sure people get their charges for trying to intimidate and violate me when I'm trying to report abuse. I think it's sick. My life is in jeopardy in this child abuse, and I don't think my job should be conspiring in all this chaos. I think it's sick. I think that whoever set you up to do this needs their charges, and that's what I'm trying to help them get. Embezzlement is criminal. Don't deflect. This is crime. Harassment is a crime. Yeah, let's see if they come. Because like I said, but she keeps deflecting and terrorizing me for reporting that I'm having payroll issues. Embezzlement is criminal. So can you give me the information on who I talked to regarding the issues? Because even if the government tell you to, I don't have an email. Exact email.
I just gave you the email.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Her dirty looks. What was the email again? I'm sorry. I'm not good because I don't have the email. Yeah, but I don't have the exact email. Just her name is not sufficient. So this is a crime. You just can't. The police can't entice jobs to embezzle funds, attorney general child support payments, Social Security Administration. This is out of hand. So is the police coming? I'll wait so they can take responsibility. Then terrorize me when I'm reporting it. Yes.
Police or ambulance?
Well, they're calling the police on me and denying me the right to resolve a payroll issue with adequate information to get situations resolved and report staff misconduct and covering up for crimes. Harassment is criminal, and they have policies that they're not following protocol for. They threaten the police for me trying to report staff misconduct and covering up for abuse I experienced here. So I'm trying to get.
Police.
I'm sorry?
They are already calling the police.
Yeah, but I'm letting they're lying. They're not being honest. They threatened the police when I was reporting staff misconduct and trying to get payroll issues resolved. I believe that
What's the address there, ma'am?
We've already went over that. I told you said they already called police. Why would you ask me again if you already had it and said they already called?
No, you're the one that said they're calling the police.
Okay. So now you don't have the address?
They're calling the police.
Okay.
So what's the address?
Off Westmoreland. And then the officer's bullying me, talking about she's not going to put her hands on me, mistreating me when I have payroll issues. And I've already told the lady that I was a victim of domestic violence and there was child abuse involved. If someone is enlisting her for psychological torture, they need to be held accountable. No abuser has a right to come up to my job and have them violate me and degrade me and get away with it year after year. So she repeatedly kept saying that I'm not going to I'm reporting to 911 threats. She's saying that I'm not going to put my hands on her. and then saying something like there was a possibility that she would put her hands on me. So no security guard has a right to terrorize me reporting my abuse, as multiple parties have done for years. I'm trying to get them the charges they deserve. If they want to be a part of the scheme with an abuser, they need to charge with the abuser.
And
So
what's
I'm
your phone number?
reporting misconduct from the security officer that says at this point she's not going to put her hands on me, and embezzlement for depriving me of the right to properly report payroll issues, a multitude of them, depriving me of the protocol for report staff misconduct. They're not following procedure, enforcing and threatening the police to enforce their abuse. That's not possibly protocol. To deprive me of the right to report staff misconduct from multiple different parties that blatantly lied and deprived me of technical support. I showed evidence
Yeah, what's
and
your
they did
phone
nothing
number?
with it. So I guess you guys aren't really compassionate with domestic violence victims and parties that child and child abuse. To just sit and witness this security guard violate me and mistreat me and threaten the police when I'm trying to report being mistreated by staff. There's a lot of heartless people. I imagine if I was allowed to do a report of staff misconduct, and if you guys really follow procedure, there would be some significant consequences for this. But I imagine that's why she called the police, so I couldn't do so. Because if people that are paying for campaigns here knew how you were treating and putting their customers at risk by whatever was going on with technical support, and then hanging up on clients to terrorize me, calls that you can pull, those funny games paying you funds, I'm sure that they wouldn't be happy with it. I imagine that's why she called the police. So she's still out in the hall bullying. I've been going through years. What they were trying to do is intimidation tactics so the police can have them take responsibility for their crimes. So they have already informed her that, I'm not going to put my hands on her. These intimidation tactics, looking at me, staring at me, degrading me for trying to report abuse by staff, being in a domestic violence situation that's dangerous, some kind of way she disregarded and has no compassion. But she's furious at me for reporting payroll issues for some reason, to the degree that she's not going to put her hands on me for reporting 8 payroll issues and enforcing that they not follow protocol and let me do a report of staff misconduct and harassment, which is what I'm supposed to do. So there's a multitude of people witnessing her mistreat me and not following protocol by depriving me of that complaint to cover for the abuse I experienced at this company, which is an open lawsuit. If I can get legal representation, I would be a multimillionaire. But that's why the government is so sick and deprived. They counterfeit my calls and then sabotage any legal representation. This is a lawsuit, and if I had an attorney, could get an attorney, you best didn't believe that they would be a part of it. For front and center, one of the first ones in line. Yeah, I'm waiting on the police because you have no right to mistreat me when I'm trying to report payroll issues and I'm in a domestic violence situation, disregard me and mistreat me, and there's child abuse involved. So, like the police told her, criminal trespass for reporting payroll issues that I haven't got resolved. I have to email instead of getting my money now and getting something written down with a resolution. You're forgetting that you're not following protocol by not letting me report staff misconduct, which is not that you can be terminated for not following company protocol. You forgot that you committed a crime by depriving me of finding out what's going on with my payroll check. You're forgetting that multiple parties to harass and terrorize me hung up on customers and the calls can be reviewed. You're forgetting that supervisors locked me out of the system and then blame me for it. And I have text proving that. Multiple parties blatantly lied in a scheme to terrorize and harass me, which is a lawsuit. You're forgetting all of that. So this is pretty sadistic, but this is what I've been going through years, so this is what I'm trying to let you guys see. So they get to terrorize, violate me, embezzle funds for me, and then call the police on me to enforce it. This is what they do in then disregard, mistreat. This is how it is. Crimes here. This is terminations right here we're looking at. And try to gaslight, flip it on me when they're committing crimes. harassment is criminal. We've been waiting a long time. The police just set up chaos, but they don't want to take responsibility for it. They're coming?
He's 6. He's the sweetest little.
Because, I mean, I don't understand why you would disregard child abuse and me being a victim of domestic violence. And disregard a supervisor calling me while I was on the way to the FBI. I don't know why it's funny. Child abuse and domestic violence is funny, as it has been at multiple different locations. I imagine that's why they can lose a payroll check, because that's funny to them. You can embezzle funds when things like that are funny. That's how you can deprive someone of doing a complaint, because child abuse is funny. That was funny at the Marshalls too, when I told him my son got hit with the car, he laughed. And then I got arrested. It's kind of hard to find compassion anywhere. I imagine that's why I've been in this so long, getting drug out of churches and everything. Can't find anyone that's not conspiring with it everywhere I go. They don't take responsibility from the crimes. They can't keep doing this forever. Expect a lawsuit if I don't get my money. I'm going to sue you. What's your name? All of your names that are depriving me. These are the people that are not following procedure and depriving me of reporting staff misconduct and harassment, which is not company procedure.
I do not agree to you.
You're not following procedure.
You need to step out there and wait on the police.
You're not following procedure.
Ma'am, you need to step out there and wait on the police. You need to get that out of my face.
Yeah,
now.
you're not following. These are the people that are not following procedure right here. When there's payroll issues, you have responsibility. You can't take bribes to not do that. And told you to do a complaint for staff misconduct, and you didn't do it, trying to intimidate me and violate me, to intimidate me, and not to report your abuse is not acceptable.
Ma'am, if you don't get that out of my face.
Well, you should have followed procedure. You should have thought of that before you conspired with a harassment scheme. You should have thought about that before. This is a crime. I'm allowed to report crime.
Let's go.
Bye. And you better be glad they're keeping me from a lawsuit, legal representation, girlfriend. This is a lawsuit. Did you cuss? What did you say about me, ma'am?